Hello, this is Clint Grease with San Francisco Exposed. Today I'm outside of the courthouse, our Hall of Justice on Bryant Street south of Market, for a sentencing hearing. You see, a group in San Francisco called Stop Crime SF has begun a new initiative called Court Watch for San Franciscans to come into the courtroom and let the judges in these criminal cases know that we're watching. And they were expecting that their sentencing of these criminals, convicted criminals, are commensurate with their crimes. So today we're actually witnessing the sentencing of a man who was recently convicted. He was caught with a sign out saying free fentanyl right outside of a school. And so such a heinous crime needs to have an appropriate sentencing. So we're here today just to make sure that the judge knows that the people of San Francisco are watching. The conversation about crime in San Francisco continues. You might have seen in December a panel discussion between the mayor, San Francisco's London Breed, the district attorney, Brooke Jenkins, who has made a lot of promises to prosecute these criminals, and Chief Bill Scott, the head of the San Francisco Police Department. The three of them made a lot of political statements. Each and every one of them recognizes that they have a hard job to do to placate the most progressive liberal audience in San Francisco, who would let every criminal just go free and give them a big hug and try to rehabilitate them. And another very large and vocal and somewhat new segment of San Francisco are calling for a very strict enforcement of crime in San Francisco to restore San Francisco once again to the safe city that many of us once enjoyed. In government, the finger's always being pointed. It's not my responsibility. I can only do what I can do. So the mayor gives lots of promises of more programs, hiring more employees, whether it's San Francisco employees themselves or nonprofit partners, they're called. And the police chief is promising, that they're going to be doing their job, and they are doing their job, and they're making progress. And the district attorneys, of course, she's doing her job, but they have limitations because of the inability to arrest some people who are mentally ill and can't manage their own affairs. And so they point to the state of California and the necessity for new conservatorship laws, which are a big, hotly debated topic in Sacramento, but a new law went into effect. We'll report more about that. That will give law enforcement more latitude when dealing with people who clearly cannot manage their own affairs, who clearly don't have their wits about them, and need to be taken care of. That's the whole point of conservatorship. It's been around for decades and decades. It just hasn't been utilized. So here we are on Bryant Street at the Hall of Justice, where San Franciscans are seeking justice and hoping that between the mayor, the police chief, the district attorney, the judge today, the California State Legislature, and all of the public servants who are here to serve us and to bring us a city of prosperity and tranquility, we hope they do their job. So we'll let you know how it goes on the other side of this hearing. This is Clint Grease from San Francisco Exposed. Here I am on the second floor of the courthouse, the Hall of Justice on Bryant Street, where you can see there are a whole bunch of court rooms processing criminal cases on an industrial scale. A murder trial just let out in room 28. At least 30 to 40 people were in attendance there. I feel like I missed maybe the more important case, but the one came here to see particularly was for a man named Moore, and he was indeed a registered sex offender. He's been convicted of some sex offense against children. Back in the 90s, he spent his time in jail 4 years and is now on the California Registered Sex Offender Registry. The judge in his case did, in his own words, the best he could do for the criminal. He gave him 1 year of probation with a limitation of not being able to go near the school or the fire department in the same general vicinity for that year, and he cannot break any more laws, and he will have to seek some sort of treatment as well for his mental disorder. So he is considered MAPS, which is a minor attracted person, also known as a pedophile. So even though his attorney, the defense attorney, wanted a 4-month probation, the judge said he was doing the best he could do for this convicted sex offender. Moore was convicted of a public nuisance and received a sentence of 1 year probation. I definitely recommend that every San Franciscan come down to the Hall of Justice on any particular day and sit in any one of these courtrooms on the second floor of the Hall of Justice to see how things go and to evaluate the judges. There are 2 judges who are up for election this year, and you want to see them in action. You can come and watch the highly bureaucratic proceedings that go on here in this building, and you can make your own judgment if you think that judges are doing their job to appropriately prosecute and sentence the criminals in our city. Once again, this is Clint Grease of San Francisco Exposed.